Hey, this is Zoe Williams of the Voice of Reason and of course ZOWHAT morning shows. I am returning to implore you guys to support us in any way you can. That means if you're sharing on social media, liking, subscribing, and of course contributing and donating. We really need it, especially in light of the new YouTube filters that are targeting our languaging. So now we're at a position where they're not even monetizing our videos anymore. No more commercials. So we can't monetize the views that you guys provide us by watching the show. So now more than ever, we are asking that you guys continue to support and fortify the movement, not just by watching the shows, but also contributing to the shows. We need your help more than ever now. And if you want us to continue this high quality, high grade content, we're gonna really need your help. I'm Zoe Williams, and I approve of this message. Thank you for tuning in to the Voice of Reason and the ZOWHAT Morning Show. Peace.
Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
I'm a relationship hack.
Run up and get touched up, suicide. And all of y'all know my style. I excel, then prevail. Run up and get touched up, suicide, that's it. And all of y'all know my style. I excel, then prevail.
Ladies and gentlemen, you already know, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on a Monday. It's the ZOWHAT Morning Show here on Dash Radio. I'm your host, Zoe Williams, and I'm the leader of this ragtag gang of commentators. We're here to drop science on topics that I know you guys don't want to talk about. You really don't want to get involved with, but we do. We'll straighten out your fucking life for you.
Get it together.
Get it together. Ladies and gentlemen, Zoe Williams in the building. I think we have a caller on the line. I'm going to bring her in a second, so just let her so she can hear us. You guys already know we got a crazy topic lined up. But as is commonplace, we don't get to the topic first until Jeff Brown is on his way, by the way. We don't get to the topic until we promote Black-owned businesses. Businesses that are struggling. Businesses that are fledgling. Startups. We got to give people some shine, and it's any business. It doesn't have to be black, but we like to give Black-owned businesses a leg up on things.
You're black nothing.
Oh, God. There ain't nothing black. I'm black as hell, but I ain't black.
I'm not black.
I'm not a color. I'm not a crayon.
That's right.
Oh, Jesus. That philosophy. And let me get back to it. Community empowerment segment, man. We like to just highlight businesses. Let me just say this. Go to IamZoeWilliams.com. The site has been redesigned. When I tell you the site is fly, yep, that's your business right there on my site. Listen, we've put a community empowerment segment on my site. So all of the businesses that I highlight are now found on a page called the Community Empowerment page on my website. Because I so fucking believe
there you go.
in our businesses, and we need to get off the ground. We need to make this happen. So I've created a space on my site, and now if you go to my website, IamZoeWilliams.com, and you click Community Empowerment, there's a button at the bottom that says click here to promote your business.
Oh, that's what's up.
So they can reach out to me and say, yo, Zoe, I got this kind of business.
Word.
Can you help me? La, la, la. And you might be featured on the Community Empowerment page on my site.
So trying to get fancy and solidified.
Man, I'm just trying to do for my folks. I'm trying to do for my folks. So let me just say this. On my website, you click the shop button. Did y'all see my new 50% Tupac plus 50% Deepak equals 100% ZOWHAT shirt. Oh, shit. This shit is so icy. An artist drew a 3-headed monster of me, Tupac, and Deepak. 50%. That encapsulates the meaning of the ZOWHAT show. It's on sale now. Go to my website, click shop. It's an apparel section. He did a 3-headed monster. This shit is fly. 50% Deepak, 50% Tupac equals 100% ZOWHAT. Go to the shop button, click it right now on IamZoWilliams.com. We have the community empowerment segment on the website. We also have the teen relationship advice segment on the website. It is a small PDF pamphlet that I wrote for teenagers. You can download it for free. Single mama, got young kids, or maybe you're not a single mama. Maybe you got a dad in the family, but guess what? You need some extra information about relationships or how to approach it. We got a free PDF file to download for teens. I wrote this when I went to the Steve Harvey. He has this camp where he helps young kids, man, and he sends the single moms off to go get pampered, and then all the boys there get serious intensive work. It's a great thing Steve Harvey is doing. I wrote this for those kids, right? But now it's available on my website for free. You click the teen relationship advice tab. It's in the community empowerment segment. So on the toolbar at the top of the website, it says community. Click that. You'll see community empowerment, and you'll also see teen relationship advice.
There you go.
Also on this website is my GoFundMe link. It says donate. I mean, this is a fully functional, active website. It's cracking. It's got everything. I need everybody to donate and support. If you guys want me to continue doing this kind of community work, you want to see me, really move up in the world of things, I can continue to do these kind of things, and I can continue to give back if it's reciprocal. We have to give to each other in order for us to kind of strive and thrive. So let me do this. I'm going to the website right now, community empowerment. I'm finna rattle off some stuff. But before I do, the relationship dismount, only 198 copies remain. For real. Listen, only 198 physical copies. You can get it on my website. Click shop. You'll see books.
Get them copies.
And also today, the holographic relationship goes on pre-order. My latest book. It's available for pre-order. If you go to IamZoWilliams.com, click shop. Frank, are you going to show them the tutorial as I'm explaining this video? Because Frank, he be fucking up and he's expensive. So show them this, Frank. They can click on the holographic relationship and pre-order it. What's so dope about our pre-order system on this website, and I'm going to tell you who built this website. We are going through this service called Celery. And Celery archives all of the pre-orders, their addresses, their information, and everything, and sends out an email and lets them know you're in the pre-order, and it keeps me abreast of who bought what. And then when the books come, I could just send it out. So it's really, really dope. It's automated. The holographic relationship goes on pre-order today. Get there now. Pre-order your copy of the holographic relationship. It's going to be crazy. Now,
I called that one.
Hey, wait, hold on. I got to get mine.
Stop playing.
I got to get mine.
I just want a red.
You just want a red one? Oh, Jesus. God is ugly.
Ghetto 9-year-old. I want the red.
Anyway, let me do this real quick. I got to rattle through this. The guy who redesigned, first off, let me shout them out. Easy Boy Web, right? Landon Williams. He did the last website. Solid brother. Solid business. We promoted Easy Boy Web for over a year and a half. And I just want to send out love and appreciation and shouts to those brothers. They did a wonderful job on our website, and I'm glad our partnership yielded benefits for them as well. But now we got a new team on, and I want to give this brother the same opportunity and the same love that we gave Easy Boy Webb. TriumphBeyondDesigns.com. You guys got to check this brother out. Great brother out of New York. Triumph Beyond Designs redesigned our website. I am ZoWilliams.com. I want you guys to go to TriumphBeyondDesigns.com. Get with them right now. On the line, we've got the sister who designed our app, Wanda Trotter. What up, Wanda?
Good morning.
What's happening, boo thing?
It's you. Always the Zoe Williams, the ZOWHAT show.
You under dig? So tell them, how do they support you? Listen, let me just say this really quickly. Wanda is not a game. We got about 30 features on my app right now. You can buy the new 50% Tupac, 50% Deepak, 100% ZOWHAT t-shirt from the app. If you click the shop cart, you'll see the t-shirt in there. You can buy it directly from the app. You can buy the book directly from the app. We got about 30 features. Do you know how hard it is to get 30 fucking features in the app? And do you know what she's about to do next? We're about to start live streaming this show through the app. So the thousands of people who have downloaded the Zoe Williams app will be able to fucking see the show too. Wanda, how do they get with her? Only serious inquiries. Don't be, listen, I got an app for a palm tree milk. What? Palm tree milk. Serious inquiries.
I do get those sometimes. Any ideas are good. We'll work through them and we'll tell you if they're viable. But
So how do they follow you? How do they find you? How do they support your business? Please help us, baby girl.
Okay, first of all, I want to stress that we are competitive and we offer some features or some benefits that other companies do not. We also offer some unlimited features that other companies charge extra for. So give us a buzz and talk to me. My number is 754-777-9784.
Say that shit one more time. Slow down. Say it one more time, baby. I thought she was 777-93. Say it one more time, hon.
754 area code and 777-9784. So you got me about to say that
9311.
They should have gave you the 9311, Mama.
Right. One more time. I just need that number one more time, love.
777-9784.
There we go. 777-9784. Wanda Trotter, Mind-Blowing Mobiles. I really appreciate you for reaching out. I ain't got nothing but love and respect for you, sister. Black-owned business, independent woman, doing her thing out here in the world. Let's help her eat.
Yes, baby.
Yes, please help me eat.
All right. Thank you so much, love.
Thank you, too.
All righty. Businesses going up. We got We Juice in the building right now. This brother comes every week. You guys helped save his business once upon a time. Now he's thriving. I see people posting pictures and shit like, oh, I got my detox pack. You know what I'm saying? My man out here doing his work. WeJuice.com. That's OUIJUICE.com. We Juice. Support the movement. Are there any specials? Speak on it, bro Hazel.
So I got a 20% off special. You have to put the code 20% off juice to get juice for $8. Okay, so that's 20% off juice. You got to use the percentage sign too. 20% off juice.
Wow. So hey, hook them up.
That applies to any program too.
Y'all support the brother. Get out there, support these businesses. Let me run them off real quick. Ramomar NYC. I even got Corey Holcomb 5150 show up here. You guys got to go over there and get the Corey Holcomb t-shirts. I got Inez Lewis Photography. She does most of my photography. You guys got to support her movement. I got Sean Nichols Photography. You got, hey, rattle off all of these videos, Frank, when we put it up. Sean Nichols Photography. He just did my latest photo shoot. We got New Republic West for tax preparation, financial preparation. We got Easy Boy Web. Oh, let me say this too. I don't know what's going on. It's a lot going on right now. Okay, cool. Shoot. Total Package Energy. Let me just say, you guys did a hell of a move for Total Package Energy last week because we had that young brother in here from UCLA. They sold about 20 boxes. Nice. Can we keep the momentum going? This is a fucking real product, guys. I use it, but fuck me using it. There are professionals out there using it because it brings mental clarity. It's a neural enhancer. Trust me, totalpackageenergy.com. My man Kevin is a physical. What do you do? Tell him what you do.
I beat niggas up on the weekend.
No, but he's a trainer. He understands.
Training, yeah. And my actual business, personal training and boxing.
See, he understands like stamina and energy. And
it's no joke. And what the guy said he did last week, he did a combine on one of those drinks, which, if you understand what a combine is, he's literally working out for damn near an hour and a half, 2 hours straight.
Right.
And so it's not like, oh, just keeping me up. He's mashing and he's trying to impress, scouts. So if he was able to do that off of one of those things, that's impressive.
That's impressive. Total Package Energy. Go there right now. Cash Mob, I got you. Cash Mob every single business that I'm shouting out. It don't count if we're not cash mobbing.
Absolutely.
All right, bigoldprettygirls.com. Y'all got to support the pretty girls that oven loving. Bigoldprettygirls.com. My cousin is creating another suit for me. Oh. Kenneth Boggs Suits. The dude just did a suit for Ryan Leslie. Just did a suit for what's the boy that was a Laker that we hate? Howard.
Dwight Howard.
He did a suit for Dwight Howard.
That's cold shit.
Doing a suit for my son. My son, New Williams, up at Fresno State. Bulldog. He out there doing it. Power in One Clothing. Don't forget Shepherd Sweets. Got to continue to support shepherdsweets.com. Got to continue to support the sister out of Dallas, Sashay Calloway, realtor. Find her on Facebook. Find her on Instagram. If you're trying to get a crib somewhere in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, Sashay Calloway. Beautiful sister. Let her help you do it. RBGTs. Let's not play games. RBGTs. Got to support them. Also, Nubia Apparel. That's NUWBIA Apparel. I'm wearing one of their hats today. Quite fly. Then you have PanAfricanDesigns.com. Go support them. And then Black Spot. I'm on Black Spot right now. Somebody asked you to join them. Have you joined?
No, I talked to the brother, though.
You got to get on there with them. Blackspot.com. BLAQSPOT. Blackspot.com. Afro Social Networking. I have a profile. Please join me in supporting this black-owned business. They're trying to get it off the ground. And then last but not least, Kevin, you got to tell them about Cop Stop Guardian. You guys are on my page as well.
Perfect. And Cop Stop Guardian, really quick, we're just basically trying to be your own personal 911 guardian angel at the traffic stop. So you click the app, our operators come online, and they basically mediate the traffic stop between you and the officer. And we want to just stress how important this is. I was talking to some friends of mine, and this report came on CNN how kids are not taking driver's ed now because they're scared to drive because they don't want to get pulled over by police and end up in a crazy situation. Wow. So it's really going on right now. We need everybody's support. We want to thank everybody who supported already, but we definitely need you guys to jump in and get on this. There's nothing like this, and so we need you to help push it out there so we can make it a reality. Also, people who donate, you will be the first people to get the app. Okay, so we want to let you guys know that. First to donate, you first getting the app.
Hey, Cop Stop Guardian.
Oh, the page is GoFundMe/Cop Stop Guardian. Also, the website is copstopguardian.com. You can donate there too.
Yeah, the ZOWHAT Morning Show, man. We need you to cash mob all of these businesses. The final business is Ramomar NYC. We got to promote them as well. We got to support them as well. The brother got his business shit together. Whenever you get a woman involved, they clean your shit up. They clean your shit up.
That's how it goes.
He got a sister.
I'm looking for one right now.
He got one of them Jamaican.
Come help me out, sisters. I'm looking for you.
Hey, he got a Jamaican sister in there helping him. So you know, shit.
What's his name?
My homeboy Omar.
Omar! You best get this shit done, Omar! Do you know what is timely?
So yeah, man, I want us to cash mob all of these businesses, and please don't forget the birth of the VOR radio network. Please continue to donate. We thrive and live off of those donations. That's how we're able to keep up the production quality. We're about to get some more cameras because we got a little bit of an influx in recently. But man, continue to support the GoFundMe page, VOR. Thank you so much. We're about to take a quick break, and when we get back, oh my God, today's topic, right? Today's topic is about to be hot monkey lava. We'll be back in 2.2. Get at us. Ladies and gentlemen, Schizophrenic Truth. That record is coming. I'm going to have a link for you next week, so y'all can buy it. I don't ever play that third verse where he disses the shit out of somebody. But you guys could hear that shit, when we drop the link next week. Once again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Today's topic is going to be a heater. No Dr. Goulston. So I'm going to set up today's topic. Do you remember that scene? Is it Boys in the Hood? Where the black cop was showing out for the white cop?
Yeah, sort of.
Right?
Yes.
The black cop was going ham.
On your boy Cooper Gooding Jr.
Yeah. Right.
On Trey.
Right? Are you guys familiar with the type of nigga, brother, black man, other,
zombie? Don't call him a nigga. Nigga
whatever.
means God. Nigga means God.
Right. Are you guys familiar with the type that's dying to throw you under the bus at work so they can advance? And they tend to do it just to brothers or sisters, ready to snitch so that they can look like the good dog shepherd.
Massa, they been reading again.
Right. I had to do this show because somebody hit me with a meme that I thought was so fucking poignant, and we never pointed out. The meme was crazy. I posted it on my Instagram. I sent it to my son because he recognized it in his travels amongst professional black men that he had to deal with. We hear about it all the time. The Stevens.
The Sadiddy niggas.
Somebody hit me with the meme. It says, some of the most active white supremacists are black. Black people who buttress the system in place. Oh my God. Let me support it. Let me hold it up. Let me put it on my shoulders.
Because it works for me.
Because it works. Ooh, we
get yours
at the expense of your people.
All you gotta do is fall in line with what Master said.
Damn. We had to do the show. The Black Gatekeepers.
Here come Miles. Here come Master. Everybody smiles. Smiles, everyone smiles.
Damn. The slave Mr. Rourke's. The Black Gatekeeper Show.
Welcome to Fantasy Nigger Island.
Fantasy Nigger Island? Nigga, the plantation, boss. The plantation. Not the plane. The planes. The planes.
The plantation.
I will jump up and slap the black on you. The plantation, boss.
Oh, shit.
Oh, that's a sketch.
That's a sketch. Yes. You got to do that. A deeper look at the question of does white dominance work so well because of the willful participation of black people? Fuck! 323-230 44 45 323-44 45. Can a black person be a racist? Is there such thing as the black upper class? And if so, is the black upper class's job to be white supremacy's security guard, filter for lower class niggas? There's a difference between black people and niggas, as Chris Brock has famously coined.
I think he was wrong, though.
Yeah, I think he was wrong too. Because to get black people to create a class within a subclass. Oh, okay. Woo! We're going to get into that. 323-230-4445. We already know where Kevin wants to go. We already know. Can you give a solid example of a black white supremacy apologist? Fuck, I ask tough questions. I want y'all to deal with these, right? True or false, the N-word doesn't oppress black people. White supremacy does, with the help of black people. True or false? Just put your head down, do nice, don't rock the boat, don't do that. Egad, man. Muster the brow here.
Get hold of yourself, man.
In what way do blacks in power block other blacks from advancing? Oh, there's so many fucking examples. If you're being discriminated on at your job by another black person, call us right now. 323-230-4445. Does the black boule indirectly support white supremacy by teaching the art of capitulation to the dominant society? I've got questions. Who wants to fuck around and deal with them? Whitey Locks excused himself today because he knew.
That's going to be too hard.
It's going to be fucking monkey lava.
It's going to be too hard to answer a question with a question today. It's going to be difficult.
Are black people far too busy competing and downgrading each other to do anything about institutional and systematic white supremacy? Who wants to talk?
Playing a dozen right in front of the slave ship.
Damn it, I'm ready to do it. The ZOWHAT Morning Show is on fire today already. Kevin, Jeff, and Hassan is sitting in for us today.
Is he sitting?
Who is the new modern day Uncle Ruckus? Do you have one in your family? Let's go deeper.
Is Ruckus your uncle?
Them darkies.
Woo, here we go. Jeff?
Never should let them niggas read.
Them darkies.
You should have never gave you niggas money.
Oh my God, man. Well, the thing that comes chiefly to mind is I did a thing. It was me, Kevin Powell, and Howard Hewitt. Actually, shout out to Howard Hewitt and
This
Kevin
nigga's
Powell.
a classic light-skinned nigga.
Oh yeah, Howard Hewitt. Yeah. One of them light-skinned niggas from when light-skin was in.
Shit.
He ain't no new light-skinned.
That motherfucker was winning.
Right. You when light-skinned went out, Zoe, you just got your driver's license. He was.
You just got your driver's license.
You didn't get to experience the full. Right about when Zoe took driver's ed, light skin start
fading out.
Nigga, New Jack City, Zoe was so broken hearted. God damn, why do you have to stab him in the hand?
Mario Van People started moving on out.
No, but seriously, Kevin Powell said something that brought me to tears at this NAACP summit. He said, when you see a successful black man, he is just a bastardization of a successful white man.
Wow.
The black man has no idea what it looks like, what it feels like to have bamboo in your ears so that when it swells right before it rains, you can have the women and children set buckets out. The black man knows nothing about going out and killing the meat that will feed his village. He don't know nothing about his own rites of passage. So he puts on a suit like the white man had on. And when I wear a dashiki, I'm out of place. Why? Because there is a standard set by a particular group of people. And the people who don't buck that standard, who go, okay, all right now, all you gotta do, put your suit on. You put a damn suit on. All you gotta do, put your pants up. Put your little pants up. All you gotta do. Those Negroes make my ass itch and they fucking exist. And I never, and I used to get confused. The people used to confuse me for one of them niggas because my vernacular. Because I got a vocabulary. But what they don't understand is that's exactly why I'm not one of you motherfuckers, is because I do read.
Right. Kevin?
Yeah. So you got at the top of the elite black people, so-called black people. You have this organization called the Boule. And, pretty much it's their job to kind of keep the black race at an even keel. You're not supposed to move past a certain level. And, when you say that, black people are the gatekeepers and holding other black people down, they're pretty much in the same place. I mean, you're talking about black privilege, but I mean, really, where would they be? Where would they be letting the other melanated people to? They're not letting them anywhere.
Wow.
We have nowhere. They're not anywhere. They have a perceived position, based off of their, what you say, capitulation, but it's really nothing. I mean, it's an illusion. And, the Caucasian elite know it's an illusion, and they just let them ride with it. Okay. And it was the same thing of how they separated the two races. So like back in, the 1600s, they had something called the Bacon's Rebellion, where you had melanated melanated servants, indentured servants, and Caucasian indentured servants who lived together. And the plantation owners, they basically got together. This dude named Bacon, he got together and he put them all together. He riled them up and told them the plantation owners were working against their interests. So basically he got them together, created a riot, and took over Jamestown for about 10 months. And so the plantation owners, is
the movie based on this shit right here?
What movie?
What movie was that with McConaughey?
You're talking about A Time to Kill.
Okay.
No, he's not. He's not talking about Time to Kill.
No, you're talking about the one with Sinke and all that?
Yeah.
No, what are you talking about? Oh, I know what you're talking about. No, I haven't seen that movie yet.
Okay.
But
so you didn't see the movie.
Yeah,
so,
Bacon, after Bacon's Rebellion, the plantation owners, they got together and they created something called white privilege in order to separate the black people or the melanated people and the Caucasians. And so they started to put, propaganda around town, join white privilege, be white. And so these things, the Caucasian people, they weren't really taking to it because they were used to calling themselves by their national name. They were Dutchmen and Frenchmen and Englishmen. And so it actually took about 70 years for it to take hold until the older people who were connected to their land
until they died off.
And then the young kids came up seeing all this propaganda. They started to associate with the term white. And so that's when you started to separate the two, and they gave the whites little privilege. So you're gonna watch over the black people, and you're not gonna be indentured servants anymore. You're gonna be free labor. And so it's like giving just different terms, but they really didn't elevate them in class. They just basically elevated them in their mind. And so it's the same thing of when you're talking about black people or the elite black people. They don't have an elevated status at all. They're literally only elevated in their mind. And when they're trying to keep people down, they're only trying to keep people from getting to the false status that they have.
They're only trying to keep them from getting to the false status that they have. God damn it. Hassan, speak on it, brother.
So I got a story. When I first started being a trainer, I trained at 24 Hour Fitness in Glendale. And I was married, I was successful. I mean, I had just bought this Lexus truck that I probably shouldn't have been in because it was like $55,000. But this one black dude who came from Utah, he was working with us and he seen everything I had and he set out to sabotage everything that I was doing. So anytime he seen me in the gym training, because I trained under the table. I wasn't supposed to.
Right.
But I took advantage
That's what we do.
That's what every trainer does.
That's how we do.
I took advantage of it, and I was really being stupid about it because they watch you. So this dude constantly watched me all the time, coming there, not clocking in. And he eventually got me fired because he was buddies with the white dude head trainer. And so he went and snitched on me. But then would always look at me and say, "Hey, Hassan, how you doing?"
Oh, wow.
He tried to be cool with me, but he was busy trying to get me out of there.
Hey, Hassan, buddy, how's it going today? Hey. 26 hours before your ass is fired.
What other shit can I snitch on you about? Hey, are you working on some side gigs? Are you moonlighting?
Typical stuff like that. And so I knew that he snitched on me. and he still would come up and say hi to me. And I checked him one day, like, dude, don't you ever talk to me ever again. I said, I'm a. That's what I should have told him. And then he was like, what did I do? What did I do? I'm like, motherfucker, you know what you did? You got me fired.
Two-faced that.
How did he? Okay. This is the difference between me and you.
What?
If I ain't got no job to lose, why don't I stomp his fucking ears together? What's stopping me?
No, because I used to fight all the time growing up, and so I didn't.
You just want to add that one, but that one, you probably had some unnecessary fights.
No.
This motherfucker deserved his ass.
Oh, he did, but I used to see him. He even tried to talk to my wife.
Oh, dude.
And I was really about to kill him.
You are the
Dragon Moore Hassan. I want to see that one.
Oh my God.
I want to see that one.
Let me tell you something. When this whole clown thing was going on, kind of on the same tangent. When this clown thing was going on, when the clowns were going around spooking people out, to me, all it was the government trying to figure out what your response is to that particular situation. Mm-hmm. I went trick-or-treating with my kids and brought a baseball bat. And I said, look,
That's some Jeff shit.
if a clown roll up on me, I'm going to tell him, look, dude, I ain't that dude. Mm-hmm. And then he going to get it. If a clown roll up on my wife or my kids, he don't get no words. I'm going to pull that bat out and beat the fucking makeup off his ass. I do my wife? I don't do what? Oh, God. No.
Need the smooth Kool-Aid beat up out your ass.
Dude, I'm going to beat your ass till candy fall out.
No. But see, and this is why I think it's important, all of these conversations we have kind of run concurrently together. They are different levels of the same discussion. When we did that show on organizing and why we won't organize, when we did that show about African Americans being an economic breadbasket for the world because we just spend and consume and all of this and that, right? All of our energies and efforts are disaggregate. And then we are our biggest enemy. We like to talk shit about each other more than anything else. So then I come back to this thought. Are black people the system's maintenance men? Right? Are we the motherfuckers in there tuning this shit up by participating in it?
Master, we need some more 3-in-1 oil over here.
Do you feel what I'm saying?
Yes, but you participate. I mean, it's all in the mentality of the thing. I mean, if you're going to really break down what's going on, you have to reject all the stuff that's been given to you.
Niggas ain't rejecting shit.
Well, stay in your same place then. Insanity, doing the same thing, expecting a different result. So if you're trying to get your ass and stop getting beaten, then just wash all that shit to the side. First of all, start with the fucking title called black. Understand. Go back and learn who you are. You are not black. You are not a color. First of all, you're not black at all. You reflect ultraviolet light. Ultraviolet is dark purple. So depending on how much ultraviolet light you reflect, that's the color of your skin. So again, learn what's what. Then you're not from Africa. I'm talking about people in America. You're not from Africa. You're indigenous to the landmass. So they put all these different titles and everything on you to separate you from your true birthright.
Where are the ships?
Well, you know what? I could smoke this. This is the part of that joint I'ma smoke. Can you smoke a portion of a joint?
Of course.
Okay, cool.
I did that this morning.
Because I don't smoke, so I don't understand the culture.
You can talk to it. You go, to be continued, homie.
So this is the part of the joint I'ma smoke. I think they fucked us by making us think we are a nationality.
Oh yeah.
Let me just break it down even further. When you tell the mothers and fathers of all human beings that you're an African, nigga, I'm an earthling. Every aspect of Earth is my shit.
Yes.
Because when we look at the Homo sapien that came 150,000 years ago out of Africa?
Yeah.
Yes, fine, the cradle of Africa. Yeah. But we went everywhere and we established everything. When I say establish everything, I was talking to a brother from here at Dash Radio. He was saying, nah, man, I'm Bengali. I said, what is Bengali? Well, we're from India, but Bengal, right? We're Bengalese or Bangladeshi. We used to be Bangladesh, but we're from Bengal. I said, do you know that that's a fucking idea? And if we go to the more ancient idea, you're Indian first. Just because y'all niggas changed the name don't mean, do you understand what I'm saying? And then he goes, right. No, I see what you're saying. I said, yeah, they gave you an idea. What I do know, you don't call yourself African, even though 75,000 years ago is the first DNA marker that showed the first footprint was African that landed in southern India. He goes, yeah, damn, you know your shit. I said, yeah. So you said, fuck the African that came here and established us in the first place. We're now Indian. Okay, now we're not Indian because we're fighting and we have arguments and tribal disagreements. Now we're Bengal. Now we're Bangladeshi. Now we some other shit. These are ideas. But when you get back to the core of it, you African too.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't agree with that either, but, Africa, was after Scipio Africanus. So, which is a Roman.
I'm just saying the name, these are just concepts.
I know the land. I understand what you're talking about, the landmass. But for right now, so you when you're talking about these are just concepts. Yeah, that was a way to strip everybody, the indigenous people around the world from their birthrights.
I'm gonna give you this concept.
I'm gonna give you this. I'm gonna give you this title. I'm gonna give you that title. And so, unless you go back and understand who you truly are, you're not going to get anything back. There's something called the UN Declaration of Indigenous Rights. And when they came together and they signed this, there were 3 holdouts. The holdouts were Canada, Australia, and America. And these are the three countries where you have the darkest or the most melanated people who are Aboriginal to the landmass, but they don't want those people to connect themselves to the landmass. So
Africa and what other two?
Said Australia, Canada, and America. These
Canada,
were
wow.
Because you got North America, where we truly are from. They held out. They're like, no, we're not signing. We're not signing. We're not signing that. We're not letting them know. Especially all the melanated people who think they're from Africa, letting them know that they're indigenous, and then they'll be able to come back and claim this land. They said, "Fuck that."
Where can I read all this shit, Kev?
You can go pull it up. You can go pull it up right on Google.
No, like books. Like where did you got to start quoting some books.
We want to follow all this shit.
You
Kev.
two felons. See, that's what pisses me.
I mean, this is just news. This is just news. The United Nations Declaration of Indigenous Rights, and then you go and you'll see that America, Australia, and Canada, they basically didn't sign it. They came through eventually.
They didn't sign what again?
They didn't sign it at first. They didn't jump on at first.
What's the name of the treaty?
United Nations Declaration of Indigenous Rights. So when they came in finally, they did come in on the back end, but what they said was, this doesn't obligate us legally to anything.
Wow.
So it's like, yeah, we ain't giving you back shit. We'll give it a little shine, but y'all ain't getting the landmass back. And you're not going to get it back from them coming and giving it back to you. So you're going to have to understand who you are. Because if you come back and say, I'm an African American, you ain't getting shit back. You're going to have to understand you are Aboriginal, indigenous to the landmass, and then start to work your way and understand who you are from that. That's going to pull you out of it. Calling yourself black is going to be some bullshit. You're never getting shit back. That's just how it is. I'm sorry to tell you. That's just how it is.
But I'm also of the mindset that says, even if you do the shit right, they're not to be trusted to give you shit back.
Yeah.
I'm just of that mindset. I just think that
I understand that, but I've seen it work.
When all your shit is together, they be like,
it work.
Are you chili running bear? Here's a blanket.
Chili running bear.
Here's a blanket.
No, I feel like if you come in there, your shit is together, they'll be like, you know what? We've been waiting on you.
Dude,
bring in the drinks
again. Dude,
next thing you know, you fall over foaming.
One of the brothers in Cop Stop Guardian, again, his great grandfather, he went and reclaimed over 200 acres of land because he didn't say he was African American or black. He said he was Native American, and so he was able to prove that he had Native American blood, and they gave him over 200 acres of land, which they still had. Well, 100. He was cheated out of it, 100 of it by some Caucasian brothers in the deal. But
why you think Ancestry.com?
My point.
Why you think Ancestry.com is so popular?
But it was his fault because he was stupid though. But I mean, or he didn't understand. He didn't understand what the deal was. But they still got at least 100 acres of that, and they're still rolling it today. So you can do it. It's just you need to go back and understand who you are. Most people over here are indigenous to the landmass. You are not from Africa.
What should we do about the Sambos, the Stevens, the ones that are so willing to turn coat on us, the ones that would sell us for security?
We write them off.
How? How do we recognize them? How do we weed them out? How do we?
That's been going on since slavery.
That's why I want you to.
Okay, one. Okay, here's
some of those actors.
Here's one of the big telltale markers. If he has if he doesn't have a fade and he doesn't have a mustache, I never trust brothers with no facial hair. I just don't trust them.
What about Farrakhan? What about Brothers from the Nation? They don't have facial hair.
Okay, they got bow ties and bean pies and shit.
It's other things.
Mr. Tony, he didn't have facial hair.
Brother Minister
Tony.
I don't care what. Brother Minister Farrakhan gets the total pass. So no, of course not him. But we're not talking about Brother Minister Farrakhan working in corporate America. I'm talking about the dude that gets out of the car and goes, "Good morning, everyone.
Hi.
I'm going to fuck all the niggers. I'm going in this building, and a few of you niggers are going to be out of work. Enjoy your lunch."
The Dave Chappelle white man.
That dude. That dude.
My name is Taekwon.
Wow, Bob.
Nigga, how you sound like a white reporter and your name is Taekwon?
I am Latavion Jenkins.
Right. I am Lemongelo. Lemon Jello, nigga?
He said lemon jello. Lemon jello.
I can't figure out what the name is, baby. Can I get some goddamn jello? Lemon jello. Lemongelo.
Your name
That's my
French.
baby name, Lemongelo.
We got French in our family.
It's
We
French for
Creole.
pig hooves.
But the funny thing about that, man, those niggas who think that they want to be white, once they end up getting turned on, they be like, oh,
when they get their nigga wake up call?
yes.
The nigga wake up
Then
call.
they're like,
But this has been going on forever. Who, how did slavery, African slavery that began, where they were, the Atlantic slave trade, or what little of it was. How did that start? You had brothers going in, jacking other brothers, bringing them to port, and selling them off to the Caucasian people at port.
Wow.
It wasn't Caucasians rolling in there. You had maybe a couple who took guides who went in there and did that, but most of the time it was brothers going in there snatching other brothers and then bringing them to
So
port.
Kevin, you're telling me since time immemorial, niggas have always been okay selling each other out.
Boom.
Go deeper.
that's just how it is. And so you're gonna have those two types of brothers. And back in the day, you had different Moors. You had different two types of Moors. You had the Dragon Moor and you had the Phoenix Moor. These be the good. You had the good melanated people who understood our knowledge and were using it for good, and then you had the ones who were using it for ill will. And the ones who were using it for ill will, I mean, they were doing all of this type of stuff. They were enslaving our own people. They were, they were doing all of that. So it's been going on. It's been going on forever.
Wow. Well, listen to this question. How do Trump supporters, white Trump supporters, view black people in general? And also, how do they view black Trump supporters? Like, how do just the David Dukes, the white people of the world who we need a change and this white man's going to bring it to us? How do they view black people in general? And then how do they view black people who support Trump in general? Do they see them as all the same niggers?
No, I
Nigger!
I think what
White power!
You're stupid. You are really stupid. I think what they're standing in is a social funhouse mirror.
Say more.
If the social mirror was to be set up normally like a regular mirror, do you know what poor white people would see when they look at poor black people? Themselves. Wow. But because the funhouse mirror has been altered to go, look, even though you're both broke and we're fucking you both, actually, with the exception of all of the motherfuckers we killed, we're fucking you worse than we fuck black people because you are of our ilk. The thing that we're telling you counts doesn't really, because you believe that shit.
Wow.
You now see yourself as somehow, in the words of Chris Rock, it ain't a white man in here that'll trade places with me, and I'm rich.
Wow. Because, like he said, the motherfucker next door is a dentist.
Yeah, a dentist.
It's an exclusive.
He ain't the best dentist in the world. He's just a dentist.
Just a dentist.
That's how far behind we are.
And then,
oh my God,
the poison. Oh, go ahead. See,
oh my God, shit is so backwards that the gods. No diss to the dude on the bench, but it's for real. On the board, it's for real. The gods live so beneath those who have oppressed them that the extraordinary of us live like the average of them. That's how fucked up. Of the power elite. The extraordinary of us live like the average, or in many cases, the below average power elite. There are some motherfuckers with money that would, in the words of Chris Rock again, if Bill Gates woke up with Oprah's money, he'd jump out of a 50-story window and slit his throat on the way down.
he'd be like, "My,
what the fuck?
How far have the mighty have fallen?"
And this motherfucker.
I'm really doing really bad. Jesus, I've only got $2 billion.
You're doing bad.
The fuck?
My other rich friends won't even talk to me.
I'm a virtual pauper. What kind of shit?
Raul, bring the car.
Jesus. And it's fucked up because we got brothers and sisters who so covet and so envy that position that they will cut the soul out of another brother to get there.
Steal, fuck around.
And who are you describing?
What did you just say?
Think about who you just described.
Oof.
Oh.
His oppressor. If you are around your oppressor long enough, you will take on the traits of him.
You gonna learn his ways.
You gonna learn his ways, dude.
You gonna learn his ways, and you gonna see his ways as the way.
And you know what?
Caller.
And that can be, that can be taken in two ways.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we'll come back to that. Hold that thought.
Okay.
Caller, we got a caller on the line. Caller, what's your name and where you calling from? Speak on it.
Hello.
Yes.
This is Brandon. Can y'all hear me?
We can hear you, Brandon.
Oh, yeah, we
loud
hear
and
you,
clear,
Brandon.
Okay. First off, I want to say thank y'all for picking up my call. I didn't think it was gonna happen, but watch y'all's show for like the past 3 months, and I want to say appreciate what y'all are doing. And I wanted to read something before I got to my question.
Yes, sir.
Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
About the African thing, I have a book. It's called the Zondervan Bible Dictionary.
Yeah, you ain't gonna read the whole book, are you?
No.
Oh, okay.
Just do the C's. No.
Yeah. So I'm gonna read the definition of Ham, which is a forefather of the Africans. It says, the youngest son of Noah, born probably 96 years before the flood, and one of 8 persons to live through the flood, he became the progenitor and forefathers of the dark races, not the Negroes, but the Egyptians, Ethiopians, Libyans, and Canaanites. So even the Jewish scholars and all those guys, they know that there's a separation between so-called black or African American and Africans. And there's even Africans who came out and said that African Americans are not the same people as us, just like there's a difference between Chinese and Japanese people. There's a difference between the African American and the African. And the Africans, like you said earlier, did sell us into slavery to the Europeans.
Well, let me add a little bit more context. Genetically speaking, there's no difference between Chinese and Japanese.
Absolutely.
None whatsoever. Chinese and Japanese are ideological government constructs, nations.
Wow.
Right?
That's
you
right.
have to understand that.
That's right.
So what you're reading from is part of the manipulation if you really do the research. No disrespect to white folk, but you got to understand how they constructed history, how they tell the story. Now, you already seen they've finally told the truth about the map.
Yeah,
because of the size of
yeah.
shit. You know how they originally put the map. They made Africa
Look
smaller.
like Texas.
Yes.
They made Africa look like fucking Delaware.
Yeah.
On the map, right? But then when they showed the actual size, Africa bigger than everything on planet Earth.
You can fit all the continents.
You can put everything in Africa. So
Africa is the cradle of civilization, but it's only as big as Toledo.
Right. So when you look at the psychological shit behind how they tell stories, right? It shit done trickled all the way to Hollywood. You get you remember old Miami Vice?
Yeah.
Who was the brother? Tubbs.
Cracking and Tubbs.
Listen,
Rico Tubbs.
Listen, Tubbs, him and Billy D. Williams. The world over bitches love. Yeah. Period. The world over. Them dudes had whoever they wanted.
Your grandmama either fucked Billy D or wanted to.
But look, in that show, Don Johnson got all the girls.
Oh, yeah.
Not Tubbs.
Yes.
Yeah.
They wrote it that way.
Yes.
Don Johnson gets the bigger gun. Tubbs pull out the snub nose.
Right? Yeah. Tubbs got a slingshot.
So you see, do you see how they tell the story of marginalization of the black man? It's all out of inferiority. So watch what the brother just brought up that was so deep. Watch this. In order for the colonials, these Europeans to come over and colonize and do all the bullshit they do, they gotta how do I suck Egypt's dick knowing these are black people? I gotta create classifications.
Yep. Separate.
We can't call them black. We have to create a new classification. There's a book you must get called by Richard Poe, Black Spark, White Fire. He broke it down and said all that shit is black. And what they tried to do to cover their racist intentions was to create the sub-Saharan Negro to say that motherfucker's like a monkey.
Yep.
That motherfucker dumb.
Yep.
These ones that are above the Saharans are really white despite their skin color.
Damn.
Saudi.
So somebody like Iman, the model Iman, technically according to them, she's Caucasian. This is why you have the Indians in India saying, we're the brown Caucasian.
Oh, no.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
But genetically speaking, same people. And then when you do the white man, he's not even an Egyptologist. He said, but so many people were arguing about the ethnicity. I said, it's not that hard to do the fucking research. He went and did the research and said, oh, all these people black.
Damn.
And on top of that, Egypt got all their shit from Nubia, which is damn show black. And Nubia got more pyramids than Egypt has.
They do.
And Nubia is damn show black. And the Egyptian pharaohs would say, we're from the south. Now, you know, north and south, right, is in reverse. They said we were from the north. But they're pointing south because of the way the Nile flows. The Nile flows from deep in Africa out and empties into the Mediterranean. So the Mediterranean going what we would call north is south to the Africans because their north started in Aswan, in Nubia. So again, when you bring in, Noah and his sons and Ham, but they weren't black. If you go back and look up some of that shit, you will find 3 different races for Noah's sons. One is a Syrian, right? These came from him came the Assyrians, Japheth and Japheth, and right? and
the begats,
and then Ham, and these are the Negroids. And you mean to tell me Ham got a lady pregnant? She had 3 sons, and these motherfuckers with 3 different ethnicities.
Somebody need to be honest.
How the fuck you get 3 ethnicities from 2 people who are the same okay, y'all just gonna say it and keep going. But see, that's part of logical flaws. If I keep saying it, motherfuckers is gonna believe it.
Right. So either Noah's mama was hoish.
Even even if she was hoish, she can't get three sperm cells from 3 different ethnic groups to produce one kid.
You sure about that?
Kobe was messing with.
Hold on, I was about to say they didn't have an All-Star weekend in the Old Testament.
But the way the body works,
I'm finna fuck them 2 power forwards.
But that's what I'm saying. The way the body works, you can only get one sperm cell gets in.
Right.
Not you got a trifecta. We're gonna have 3 ethnic groups out of this. Get the fuck out of here. Kevin looked like he disagrees. Go ahead, Kev. Speak on it.
They say I disagree. I mean, but ultimately you are. It's all one race. You're the human race. And you have Bill Nye, who was on. He was on a
Bill
show.
Nye, the science guy.
Bill Nye, the science guy.
I love that guy.
I love that guy too. And he came on. And he was on a show, and they were talking about because of the Trump thing and how they're separating the racial separation. And he said the same thing. He said there are no separate races. He says he did his bloodline, and he came back. He was what do you say 1/16 black. He said, so I'm African. He said, so what do you do with that?
No, you're not African, Bill Nye. I'll slap the shit out of you.
But again,
he ain't African when them lights come on behind him.
But he broke down all the different things that he came with. So he's like, yeah, my skin is Caucasian. He says, but I have this amount of this, I have that amount of that. He says, so really, how do you classify that? And he's in there. Everybody did a DNA test. You would see that you are amalgamated of different things. You can have a heart that's genetically from a melanated person. Your leg can be genetically from a Caucasian. I mean, it literally is that. It's
the parts
like
are interchangeable.
But see, this is coming back to the idea for black people. Stop buying into their definitions of shit.
Damn it. Like black.
But do you understand what I'm saying? Like, those are their definitions.
Those are their definitions.
Where are yours?
See, like there's American. I'll go to like the term American, African American, which most people know that Jesse Jackson.
I am
somebody.
But actually, the term
up with hope,
down with dope, down with dope. But no, the term African American was actually used first in the 1700s by a poet, and it was because the term American only referred to, if you go and you go look at the definition of American, it referred to the brown skin or copper colored people of the American or the American landmass. So this is us, the dark copper skinned people. So an African American was just a person from Africa, a slave who came from Africa who made it or merged with an actual American in this land. So that was the actual term. But you are actually just indigenous to the landmass. And so when they call you black, throughout history, black has literally, it's not figuratively, it's not a theory.
Not
black
a metaphor.
has literally been a term for a second-class citizen. So like when the Moors got taken over in Spain, we were called Moors, but then the title got put on them called Blackamoors.
Negros.
Right. So
and then they got a white Moor too.
Right. And
what's the term? It's like leukemia or Luca or some shit.
But the term is they call them amalgamated Moors. But the term Blackamoor was a subservient term because once they supposedly conquered the Moors. So if the term Moor means black, why would you add the term black in front of it and be black? It doesn't. See, Moor means dark. Black means second-class citizen. So once they took over,
second-class citizen Moor.
Yes, and they were able to apply that term. And then they took on the term white, which means master. And this is what's been going on for the whole time. And they've perpetuated that throughout. If you go get a book called Ancient and Modern Britons.
Great book.
By David McRitchie. And this was written by a Caucasian dude in
and
the 1800s.
And isn't there part 1 and 2 to that?
Yes, part 1 and 2.
I got them. Read them both.
Part 1 is really where he really breaks that off about your history and especially in Europe, about how melanated the Moors basically populated all of Europe.
And while you're there, because a lot of people don't know that the Braveheart movie. So just go there. I just wanted to give you that so you can.
Wow.
Well, no.
Yeah,
So
I'm about to learn some shit.
So McGregor, you talking about the term. So in Ireland, anybody with the term Mick, that term goes back to the Moor. So
the McDuffies.
Yes, McDuffie, McGregor, McDonald,
the McDougalls.
All of these terms literally go back to having a Moorish descendant. And so you can
what is it? Mac. Just
so again, the guy who wrote the book, David McRitchie. So he understood that was his lineage, and so this is where he went back and looked up his lineage and found that it was the Moors who populated all of Europe. And so the term Moor, well, just to get into where it comes from, it means dark because the ancient term for Africa, one of them was Tamore. So Ta is land,
Ta-ma-ra, or Tamare. This is why we still naming bitches Tamara.
Thank you. Tamore is the dark land.
I'm sorry.
Just like Kemet was also called the dark land. So we've always called it dark. It's never been black. Black means pale or yellow if you go look that word up. So they flipped the whole thing and you roll right along with it. So in context with the terms of what we're talking about today, it's everyone who perpetuates that Caucasian narrative that keeps you in jail. The term coon comes from the term berakun. It means it's a prison for slaves. So if that's the case, then every person who calls themselves black and keeps themselves subservient and a second-class citizen is a coon.
Wow. But to come back and bring it all into context of the discussion, all of this history, all this information, all of this context leads us to the point of you working side by side with somebody in a corporate surrounding. And you, just like them, have a competitive, territorial, and backbiting mercenary mentality where the way the system is set up, you can't take it out on the white man or your check won't get signed. The only person you can take it out on now is the brother or the sister next to you. And you talk about how we gonna figure it out, how we gonna turn it back around. How are we going to turn it back around, Kevin? I'm going to start with Jeff, then Kevin. Jeff, how do we turn that back around? You hear all this history getting laid out. How do we turn that around?
We first have to get the Stevens to find what is happening to the rest of us as appalling.
The Stevens.
The Stevens. They don't find
My
it.
dad is named Steven.
When you say this shit is happening to you, to y'all, the Stevens go,
that ain't happening to me.
Happening to you. I'm good. Did you see that BMW downstairs? Did you see this house? Especially if I live in Atlanta. Yeah, by the way, niggas with regular jobs but huge houses, stop. Those of you who live in Atlanta, you know who I'm talking to. You know, you work at FedEx and your wife drive a bus, but y'all live in Uncle Phil's house. That's because you live in Atlanta. Stop that bullshit.
Come out here, you're going to be in an apartment.
Yeah, you come out. Yeah, you come into the real world. You come in the real world, your ass going to be catching the bus to work.
But I ain't mad at you for living that shit. Move down there and live good.
No, I'm not mad at you.
I got a lake, nigga.
It ain't the living. It's that. I got a lake, nigga, as in what you got. No, you don't. No, you don't. Okay? Because if you get pulled over before you get to your lake, nigga.
Get caught skinny dipping in your lake. See what happens.
Right. Get caught by a cop that don't recognize you in your lake.
Oh, shit.
And try to quantify the difference between what he does to you and what is done to him.
Wow.
Then you know.
Kev.
Yeah.
We are not equal until our consequences are. Damn, I need some weed.
We coming back to you. But I know you got one for us. I know you got one for us.
Write that down,
Kevin.
Yeah. So how do we get out of it? To me, we have to do what we didn't do in the first place. So going back to what Jeff was saying, that the captives act like they're oppressors. The first oppressors, being that the Moors were the first people in the world and started slavery, that would be us. And the reason that things are the way they are is because we held back the information and knowledge. We thought,
say more, go deeper.
We thought the Caucasians weren't worthy. We thought they were savages, and they weren't worthy of the information. So we held it back until shit started to get fucked up, and then we created masonry in order to civilize a few of them so they can go ahead and spread it a little bit around.
Hold on, the Masons said the mother lodge is in England. You're lying.
Sure. Right.
And we just have to challenge all this shit.
Yeah, Mason, Moore son, mother son.
Right. They lying. They
absolutely. But they know what's up. If you really get one, they'll tell you the truth. But not on the surface. Mm. But we have to do again what we didn't do in the first place. We have to raise them spiritually. And so since you got everybody, melanated people wanting to fight back, we get guns up against kill these motherfuckers.
But what if we wrong? What if you can't raise somebody spiritually? What if the ancient science was wrong in that regard? Maybe,
Right.
you know what I'm
But
saying?
it's
Like you can,
I think it's
How is
proven.
it wrong?
itself.
It's been proven. Yeah, it doesn't.
you can't raise nobody.
No.
Like,
no,
dude,
no.
it is like
He
he,
talking about
like,
something
Jeff, just
different.
like you said. There's a video on YouTube. They asked this scientist, "How do you know that science? How do you know that science is real?" And then he says, "Because it works." He's like, he says you calculate. He says you get the answer. He's like, planes fly. He says, so you know that it is. He said, it works, bitches. And so the thing is, that's what this old ass white scientist said on stage. He said, it works, bitches. So the same
Quantum
thing.
mechanics is the most successful form of science ever developed.
And
Period.
as it goes, it works.
Quantum mechanics, right here, mama, right here.
Right. Well, I'm saying that I guess I'm kind of disagreeing with you a little bit, Kevin.
You always do.
In that,
just normal.
No.
I'm just fucking with you.
Don't hurt my feelings. If knowledge will civilize you, then there would be no such thing as the Oppenheimer Project.
Go deeper. Yes. Here we
If
go.
knowledge civilizes you, then where the hell, no, that's not the way I feel. Let me say it. Where the fuck does a nuclear weapon come from?
It depends on what knowledge you're getting. Is it spiritual knowledge?
But see, that's why I
doesn't
say.
matter.
It
But
does
that's
matter.
I agree with Jeff.
It doesn't matter.
It does matter.
Let me say it. I agree with both of you, and let me give the middle ground to this.
That's impossible.
Let me give the middle ground. Knowledge is like fire. Fire, in and of itself, is not evil.
That's it. Heat your house or burn it down.
Yes. You either you're going to be a light bearer or you're going to be a light wielder.
Yes.
The light bearer is going to share that knowledge. The wielder will use it to burn shit.
Dragonmore and Phoenix.
Good or
yes.
bad?
We're talking.
Burn shit.
You're talking about the Dragonmore.
Burn
Phoenix
this motherfucker down. Isn't it?
Right.
So and one thing we can't account for is to say, okay, I'm gonna teach you, I'm gonna train you how to wield this fire, or I'm gonna teach you and train you how to bear the light of this.
Well, you're gonna get an Anakin every now and then with the information.
Listen. I heard Bill Moyers. You fuck with Bill Moyers. I fuck with Bill Moyers. Bill Moyers said the greatest tragedy of the American story is how they treated people of color. Indians, Asians, and Africans. You can't sit and say we're this moral high ground while we still look at humans as animals. That's the greatest tragedy of America. The proponents of freedom and democracy, give me your burdened pussy. Now, you're not really a human.
Your burdened
but
pussy.
that
me unburden
whatever
you.
animal you are, that pussy is wonderful, and I will have mixed children with an animal.
Yes,
But yet
yes.
we hold these things dear and true, that all men are created equal, while I fuck this animal and impregnate it. What?
Yeah.
Do you understand? That is the greatest. We, as people who develop this spiritual science, cannot account for how it will affect somebody or what it will make them do.
No, you can't. But you can only
The
do
fire
what you
is
need
like
to do.
money.
But dude, you can't. Yeah, you can't worry about it. You can only do what you need to do,
Right.
And then let the karma work. So again, just
The
like
fire is like money. You give a motherfucker some money who ain't had no money. You don't know how this motherfucker gonna act.
But
I got money now.
Right.
dude, you're not.
Whoever he is will be amplified by the money he accumulates.
Yes, there's certain
Thank
people
you.
ready to
That's it.
receive and use the information, but that's not what we're talking. That's where the masonry thing came from. So Moors, they created masons, and the people who exhibited an acumen to be able to work this information, they were given the information. So you're not talking about just go ahead and blast it all out, but we have to be on a different plane as the mothers and fathers of the earth. Then how is it going to change?
We don't even value that concept. That doesn't
you're
even
right.
make sense to millennials. You're the mother and father of all civilization. What? Nigga, I'm trying to get that bag. I'm trying to get that yaper. I'm trying to get that Skrilla.
Right, and so
Right.
that goes back, learn who you
Fuck
are.
is you talking about?
The first point was learn who you are.
The mother and father
You
of
move on from
civilization. This ain't nothing but white people on my money, nigga. That's who I'm fucking with.
That's right.
That's how they think.
Yes.
How do we undo the thought?
That's my
Instagram, nigga.
point, though. Learn who you are. You have to go and get the information of who you are first.
I understand the response, but you can't learn who you are unless you're interested in who you are.
Yes.
Everybody's not gonna make it.
There we
No,
go.
they're
Say
not.
more.
You're right.
But you know what? Hold
Okay.
on. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna let Daniel play us some music real quick. When we come back, we're gonna allow Jeff
Let me get it.
to
Give
just
me
go
room.
the
Let me say my
fuck
thing. Let me
off.
say what's on my mind.
Jeff,
Give me room.
I want you to go crazy, my nigga.
No, I don't think you want me.
Of everybody not
I don't think
that's
you want
never
me
how it
to
was.
go. I don't think you want me to go crazy. You just want me to show crazy. I'm already there.
Nah, man, I want you to. Hey, I
I'm
want you to
already
do
there.
what you do, bro.
I'm just
learn
gonna
who the
open
hell
up
you
and
are.
expose.
Tell them no. Again, I'm not telling them they're not black without giving them a replacement.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like at the end of the day, brothers, we have to be in a situation to be able, like I say this to black men specifically, because somebody brought up the question. It'd be black women that be banging on brothers in this situation as
That we
gatekeepers
discussing.
harder than anybody else.
Oh yeah.
Because the sister has an expectation for you to rise in the system with her.
Right.
No disrespect to the sisters. I'm not trying to call the sisters out on this, but I'm saying to brothers, yes, we're maligned. We've been fucked up. But we not even in a position to negotiate with her because we don't have an alternative. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, we don't have an alternative system.
Okay, negotiate for what? I'm gonna put that in.
Yes, that I knew I could set you up for something, Jeff.
Negotiate for what?
Oh, God.
Do you understand?
When Jeff comes back, he gonna go the fuck off. All right? So, here,
Are you
I got the
sitting in
record.
my seat?
Let's
Are
go.
you in my way, bitch? This is the Titanic. I'm
We'll
the
be back at
captain.
2.2 Dash Radio. Ladies and gentlemen, back in the building. ZOWHAT mornings. We in here turned up. That was I'll Be Sure Night and Day fire record from '89. Jesus.
Oh my God.
Yo,
What a magical time.
Jeff Brown. Get ready. Legendary intellectual rant. It's going down in the town. Jeff Brown. Holler at him.
Yeah. I was listening to Kev and Zoe, who I am entirely convinced that these two were cellmates, because there's no way.
I've never been to jail.
Okay,
Jeff.
I have been to Zoe's house. I know Zoe's my dude. Zoe's my dude. Let me take about 30 seconds here. Zoe is my dude. Okay, when I tell you I fucks with Zoe, that's my cat. There is no way that an individual who owns the things he owns and does the things he does, there's no way that individual can have time to read all the shit that this motherfucker has read. I'm just waiting on him to be a real friend to me and just go, yeah, nigga, I did 3 to 5 back in 91. And
It never happened.
when I read all these fucking books. Him and Kevin, Jesus. I'm fairly smart, but how the fuck do you read that for? Anyway. Kevin brought up a very, very interesting axiom that we hear all the time, which is to do things the same way and expect a different result is the earmark of insanity. I say about the Boulets he was discussing that they're insane, but not from that place, because the Boulets are not expecting a different result at all. The Boulets don't have an issue with any of this shit going down, because as shit unfolds, they've been promised a seat. Kind of sort of like if you watch Schindler's List, the one dude that they had put in charge of the commoners, but when it was time to gas the commoners, they put his monkey ass on in there too. They don't see themselves this way. What are we supposed to be doing? Well, in my opinion, there's a group out of New York. I don't know what they are now, but the 5% Nation at one point was under this theory, basically, that only 5% of the black people on the earth will ever come into the true knowledge of self. All you can do is pray for that other 95. Recognize them, categorize them, catalog them, and put them in this section of do not fuck with. That's all you can do. You're not going to save everybody. Some bullshit is coming this way. When a tsunami hits, a bunch of shit gets in the water. So really quit trying to save these people. You're not going to save them. What we are discussing here, and let us be clear on this show, if I may speak for all of us. Sure. Whitey does not have the market cornered on evil. Evil is a human thing. It's a human thing. Right now, they are the oppressor. But this particular human's time is up. You are watching it. We've already fallen. We're already dead. We're just falling slow. That's it. They're done. Which brings me to my last point. Negotiate what? You boule motherfuckers, those of you who have been assigned to watch this show. Yes, you horrible low-level motherfucker, you. That, yeah. Like I threw out to when I looked on my webs, you know how you can do your internet shit where you look and see what networks are available. For quite a while, out right by my house, FBI surveillance was one of them, and I used to say it all the time to whoever the horrible, sorry FBI motherfuckers were that were assigned to Jeff Brown. Please understand that if you have been assigned to watch me, that's because it ain't shit else they trust you to do, okay? Because I'm not a threat. I just tell the fucking truth. So, to the horrible boule motherfuckers that have been assigned to eyeball us, if Jeff Brown and Zoe Williams is on your radar, believe me, when the shit hits the fan, guess where they gonna throw you? With Jeff Brown and Zoe Williams. I'm done.
Jeff Brown's intellectual.
What the fuck? Okay, I'm almost done. What the fuck are you really negotiating? Let me tell you who you are. Let me tell you how much sense you make. God damn it. Get your ass out of first class on this ship, because this here is the Titanic, and only God, not even God, can sink this ship. So you are arguing, elbowing, jockeying for position in the first class cabin of a ship that's already hit the iceberg. So what the fuck are you actually negotiating? You certainly aren't negotiating for a spot in the life raft. Wow. You think you are, but you're not gonna have it.
Wow.
That's that.
Damn. I bet you the boule are somewhere.
Them high yellow motherfuckers is mad.
They probably.
They don't even understand you.
They're probably regretting.
They're like, God damn it.
That Du Bois, right, threw my man Marcus Garvey under the bus.
Do you know what a disappointment you are to the boules, though?
Nigga, not all boule light skin. Go lay down. Right.
They're like, God damn it. That Renard showed so much promise. I mean, he's light skinned, he's got green eyes, he's tall, he's smart.
He's articulate.
Jesus Christ.
Doesn't have Negroic vernacular.
But he's got Negroid tendencies.
Jesus.
I never knew you could do that with a typewriter. Did you see what he did to that kid in the 6th grade? Jesus Christ.
Nah, but you understand what I'm saying? Like, there's always in our community been canes.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
There's always a cane right in the midst of some good shit we trying to do. Then a cane show up.
Looking for Abel.
You can't do that, nigga.
And let me just say this. I was going to save this for my final thought, but I'll say it now. The cane is always looking for a plea deal from white supremacy.
I'm leaving. That's it.
Like,
that's all I can digest.
He's always open for the negotiation. But what do I get out of it?
Yeah.
I can sell the whole lot of my neighborhood.
Exactly.
For this little patch of certainty and security within this illusion.
You think you think you one of them. You think you a cop. You know who you are? You just that horrible motherfucker in the little room on the first 48.
It's like your brother who was put in charge of the Flint water, who was the one who poisoned all the Flint water.
Oh,
he's
my
the one
God.
who's taking the hit for it.
Hell yeah, he taking the hit.
Nobody put him in power to govern. It's him. He's taking the hit.
Oh, darky.
Go poison your own people.
That's
sure.
why you're here.
Poison your own people. Sure.
That was the only reason we hired you.
He said, darky.
There you go.
We hired you to save money, and you did a good job.
Great
but
job.
you're going to take the fall for this one.
Where's that porch monkey that
He did an awesome job.
where's he is? Where's the one that poisoned the rest of his people? Yeah, Clarence, come on in there, buddy.
But I do come back to the thought process often of what is the benefit now? Right? Today. What is the benefit now to be this capitulating kind of sellout motherfucker now?
With Trump in
More
charge?
than it ever has been, it's appealing to them. More than it ever has been, because the shit is hitting the fan. So they really believe that the safest place is right up under Massa.
We got a caller. I'm going to get this real quick. Caller, you're on the line. What's your name and where you're calling from? Welcome to the ZOWHAT show. Speak on it.
Hello?
Hello.
Are you there?
Okay, let's go to the next line. Caller, you're on the line. What's your name and where you're calling from? Welcome to the ZOWHAT show.
Hey, this is Tony from Marina Del Rey.
Oh, what's happening, Pam?
What's good, Jeff? What's good,
Yo!
Jeff? Hey,
What up?
I saw your tweet. It said, "Why can't we take down systematic white supremacy?" It's pretty simple. It's from the womb. I mean, the education system is disgustingly horrible. I mean, I went to Crenshaw High and I went to Beverly Hills High.
And you know the difference between those two schools,
How
don't
about that?
you? Speak on that difference.
Yeah, like it's like totally different from like we didn't even mention the word stock or trade at Crenshaw High.
Wow.
And like my classmates at Beverly High, they were learning about stocks, trades, and the market when they're in middle school in fifth grade.
See?
And like it really starts from there. And we just
Right.
don't know how to build an economy. You know, we're the only group of people on Earth without an economy. That's pretty deep. So, we really have to teach our own kids because there's no way like Jewish parents will let their kids get taught by some Nazis or Arab teachers. That won't happen.
Hell
ever.
no.
And we're getting taught by our oppressors, and we got to change that. And until we change that, we're gonna get stomped out like how the Romans did the Britons for hundreds of years. So
Shout out
got
to
to get an
Dr.
economy.
Hey, man.
Hey, and Jeff, let's smoke one, Jeff.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, appreciate the call. Thank you for reaching out. Man.
That's right.
Listen, I know all about Beverly Hills High because Santa Monica High is their chief rival. And my two kids went to Santa Monica High. My son graduated in 2015. My daughter will graduate next year.
So how many times did the young lion light him up for 40?
Yeah, he was on their head for sure. He was on. But let me just say this. It's fucking amazing. Santa Monica High School is within a school district called the Santa Monica Malibu School District. When my son got to Santa Monica High as a freshman, I went to the first couple of little PTA meetings. I knew right off top we was in a different world at the PTA meeting. What PTA you know got $375,000 in the PTA? Just in the PTA.
That's a lot of cookies.
Oh my God.
What kind of bake sales are you motherfuckers doing?
Damn.
Bud cookies.
Do you understand what I'm saying? That was the first indication. But then the next indication came that you could be a B student at Santa Monica High, and that's better than being an A student at Inglewood. Because of the AP, I think it's whatever that
curriculum, bro.
the APR or some shit.
AP classes? You mean?
No, not just the AP classes, but because of there's a ranking each school gets based off of test scores, right? So a B at Santa Monica is better than an A at Inglewood, at Dorsey, right? And again, when my son went to, first off, you just can't get into Auburn.
If you are not teaching your children on your own, you are a part of the problem.
Wait, but watch how it gets even it gets even worse. That's what happens to niggas with good education. You remember, what was the homeboy? The president, what was that dude's name? I forgot the dude's name. That motherfucker said the worst thing that can happen to an African American male is a real good European education. So what happens with black people, this is the impetus to look down on other black people when we're highly educated amongst white people.
Black privilege.
So now we'll flip that to this nigga went to Inglewood. Wait a minute, you are black.
Right.
But yes, I went to the Normans.
I went to
Beverly Hills High. Nigga, but you're not in 90210, the TV show.
Right.
You just, do you not understand? Like,
do you know what the cops say when you tell them, I'll have you know I went to Beverly Hills High?
I'll have you know you're going to the Beverly Hills station right now, motherfucker.
As you get into the back of the car, watch your head.
There's this sense of I'm better because I went to a better place. No, you went to a place that tolerates you, right? They get bread for the amount of African American and ethnic students in their system.
You the mascot
they
without
get
the
money
big hat.
from the state,
You
right?
the mascot without the big hat.
Right. So yeah, you went there. Make the best of it. But that doesn't make you elevated in any sense over your brothers at Inglewood High.
Let's pretend it does for a second.
I'll say more.
What are you doing with that elevation?
You definitely not going back to Inglewood.
If you only gonna use your elevation to look down instead of walk down, fuck you. Fuck you. Yes, you went to a quote unquote better school. Yes, you went to a school that is, I'm dealing with this right now. My nieces, and shout out to my sister-in-law and her husband for the pimp game they did right here. My nieces just graduated from La Cañada High School.
I already know.
Yes. Beast education.
That's
beast education.
Private school,
Yes.
Catholic school.
They are
my
not
little cousin went
fucking
there.
around over there.
Yeah, they're
Yes.
not. No,
Now,
it's not a game.
if you look at their homework and you look at my cousin's homework to go to Muir, dude, you are looking at the boss and the worker.
You
It
really
is
are.
so obvious.
And the whole thing about John Muir High, legendary school in Pasadena, legend. Stacey Augman, John Muir High. Right. Ricky Irving's, John Muir High. Jock Vaughn, John Muir High. You know, Chad Brown for the Steelers, linebacker, John Muir High. Nick, this motherfucker was just in here. Hassan, John Muir, his whole family, them motherfuckers. John Muir produced legends. And back in the day, the education was on par because it was Pasadena Unified School District.
Right.
Then Pasadena was like, okay, we regentrifying Pasadena. You had black families in Pasadena that went back to the 40s.
Right.
They went back to the 30s and beyond. You had a lot of
great
motherfuckers,
migration.
black people. Then they said, okay, we're going to regentrify Northeast Pasadena. First, we're going to bring in Lavinia. That little living shit up there.
Where Shaq Mama live?
Yeah, we're gonna bring in Lavinia. We're gonna do that. Then we're gonna change Old Town Pasadena.
We're gonna hook that up.
Oh, we're gonna flip Old Town Pasadena. I cussed my great uncle out the other day. I said, what the fuck did you sell your brownstone down there for? He had a brownstone on Colorado Boulevard.
To be a bajillionaire now if he just
God damn it, man. He had a studio in this bitch. It was a studio in a restaurant in a brownstone, 4 stories, Colorado Boulevard. The family used to go there every New Year's Eve to spend the night and
To
walk
watch
the
the
streets
parade.
and then wake up in the morning and watch the parades from the 4th floor.
Gangster.
Niggas sold the shit. Just fucking around. So again, hold that shit, Unc. No, you know.
Financial.
Well, because he hustling for his first name.
He was hustling. Hustling
for his first
I mean, he
name.
had like nightclubs and restaurants. And he had some shit.
Look here, man.
But he
Entrepreneur.
lost that shit. It's like, God damn it.
That is going to be the way out. I sent you guys something.
He got a restaurant now, though. We should go over there.
Okay.
Big Mama's rib shack.
Oh,
Big Mama, yeah.
That's his spot.
That's right across, right next door to where I get my cars fixed.
Yeah, I go in there and stare them down, and they give me free food.
Oh, okay. Well, let's go.
I just go stand next to Big Mama's picture, like.
Wait a minute.
looking hungry?
No, that's one of Big Mama relatives.
Feed this nigga.
Feed Renard. Give Renard a
Renard's
plate.
hungry.
Give him a plate before he beats somebody up outside. Give him a plate.
But eventually, the way of coming out of this, if you're thinking that you have the elite holding you down, that means nothing. All you need to do is come find some brothers and come together. There's something called the Freedman's Bank, and this was a bank that was created right after slavery, and within 10 years. So this was for all the slaves who basically were freed.
Oh yeah, I saw this.
And so basically they needed somewhere to put their money, and Lincoln understood that they didn't understand, they didn't have any financial education, so they got all this set up, and it was the Freedman's Bank, and within 10 years they had assets worth $57 million. So it can happen. This was in slavery, where you had people who didn't even understand money, who didn't really understand what money was. So now you have. But also you got to keep in mind what Antonio Moore talks about too, because he brings up a great point, man. But I understand that, but still, the knowledge of what they're doing. I mean, it's still just doing what they're doing instead of doing what they're telling you to do.
I like that.
That's a difference.
That's a good distinction.
You need to be aware and peep what they're doing. Stop listening to what they're saying and peep what they're doing, and then do that. And so that's what the brother bank. Oh, bank.
Do as I do, not as I say.
There you go. Do as I do, not as I say.
That's just crazy.
And it's the coming together. I mean, again, if you don't understand how to organize, get about 4 or 5 brothers together, and then sit down and learn what an organization is, how to organize. Come together, do 2 meetings a week, learn what organization it is, then start an organization. And you need to start. Everyone needs to start doing creating these mini organizations, because these are the new nations, especially since Trump has been put in place to destroy the whole thing. When all of this gets flipped up and turned over, you're going to want to have that type of vehicle to move around in.
Where's the camera? Am I?
It's right there.
It's right
am
there.
I in the camera when I do this? Can you see that?
Lincoln?
You see these glasses and the mustache I just put on this horrible motherfucker right here? The very energy you have that made you go, ooh, is why we are in this predicament. This is an agreement. This agreement says that this is too much for me to pay Zoe for an ink pen and not enough to buy his car. That's all this is. As soon as this agreement is destroyed, or excuse me, not until this agreement is destroyed will black people stop worshiping it as God and begin to worship themselves as God.
I'm gonna go right into my final thought right now.
Shit, is it?
I'm just gonna go into it. Fuck it.
You gonna take off from the free throw?
Yeah, shit.
One-handed? Through the legs?
Let me just say,
Harold Miner dunk.
Claude Anderson,
Shout out.
Minister Louis Farrakhan, Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. What's my Marcus Garvey?
Yes.
We've been saying the same shit for 50, 60, 70 years.
Come on.
And at the end of the day, we're going to have to take off the mindset of broken, empty people who need the validation of an oppressor. Right? The people who oppressed you are living in a fantasy world right now on autopilot. They're not behind the curtain
pulling the strings
to keep it cracking. It's the foundation has been laid.
Yep.
And there are enough of us out here who think in a different way. And we don't have all of the answers. So that's why I love to work with the Antonio Moores of the world. I love to bring in people who have a divergent opinion about this, so we can come to some kind of organized agreement on how to move forward as a people. Only like that brother called in who said from Marina Del Rey, we don't have an economy. We're consumers. We're not producers. Great. All of the answers are always there, but they have to start with a clean mindset.
Yes.
The mindset that we have is full of the residue of slavery, of competitive, of classism, intra-racial classism. Inside our own race, you run around thinking you better because you're farther up the white man's ladder. Shit, it hurts so bad. Like to be sitting around, like trying to convince people to say, come together, work together, do together. Nah, fuck that.
Black people don't.
What school you went to? Listen, let me just say, man, education is cool. My uncle met Malcolm X at UCLA. He graduated from UCLA as an engineer when he was 19. Graduated as an engineer.
And that was special even back then, because
this motherfucker right now is a mathematician. He's not a game. When my son was in the 8th grade, my uncle, you know, you got those uncles who always been around sports and coaching and shit. So he was that guy, you know. But this is how he teaches basketball, because he's a mathematician. Now, listen, New. You're going to take this layup now. You need to understand that you're taking this layup from a 45-degree angle. Okay?
I love it.
You understand? When you take off from a 45-degree angle. That's the highest level, the highest probability of making that shot. Now, if you take off too far under the basket, you're going to have to angle up the shot at a more steep angle, and then you're going to miss that layup. Now, some people make it if they practice it, but the easiest way to do it, either right side of the court, left side of the court, 45-degree angle, you take off, and then you use the basket as a rim protector.
I'm fucking with that.
So, one of them dudes, right?
I never thought about it that way.
But my uncle will tell you, he says, Zoe, you got to make sure your son understands that he has to go to school for something that makes him an international commodity. He can't go to school for no fluffy shit. He said, if you want to make money, you got to make money in the world, not just money in, you know, the region. He says some schools don't have the influence outside of their region, outside of their local region. If you pick the wrong school, you got to work where the school at. You might as well just live there now, because that weight, that motherfucking degree don't have no weight outside of that region.
Right.
He said, so make sure he picks the right school, and then make sure he picks the right major that makes him a global commodity where they got to pay him. He said, Zoe, what is he taking? I said, business finance. Okay, great. He's not taking the fluffy shit, which is business marketing.
Right.
Don't do business marketing, because you ain't gonna get no job. There's too many motherfuckers out there with that easy ass degree to get. Right. If he takes business finance, now he's building financial systems for businesses anywhere in the world. They got to pay him.
That's right.
I said, that's what he's taking up. Good. Now, that's a math laden, heavy, you know, you need any math shit? I got him. He said, but now, if you're not taking no real shit in college, then you got to pimp college for the relationships.
Come on.
Now your degree becomes a passport for relationships.
Connections.
He said, oh, if the motherfucker had an opportunity to go to Stanford, he should have went to Stanford and said, fuck basketball right then. Because whoever your fucking roommate is might be a judge later on.
Damn it.
I said, yeah, they was recruiting him, but they didn't come all the way through with it. He was like, oh, okay, cool. What about Cal? I said, yeah, they own him. They recruited, they offered to. He said, okay, cool. That's one. So he was looking for schools to set you up for the next 40 years. A lot of people don't understand that. But the way my uncle thinks is, bring that nigga home to us.
Right.
We gonna hook him up with his cousin who graduated from LMU and USC. He got his degree in social engineering, right? Nigga's an engineer.
That's it.
Not social engineer. What's the other word?
City?
It's
City engineer?
Yes,
City
a city
engineer.
engineer. Civic engineer. Yeah. So he's got his degree in that, and he got his law degree from LMU. So he's a lawyer and an engineer. We're gonna hook him up with him. Then we're gonna hook him up with your other cousin who graduated from. These are his sons. We're gonna hook him up with your other cousin who graduated from the private school in San Diego. What is that? San Diego University, SDU, some shit. It's private in the WCC.
Your uncle ain't no joke.
Yeah, my uncle sits on the board of motherfucking what's the school? Laverne, University of Laverne. When my son and daughter's mother finished getting her BA at Phoenix, he said, Zoe, did she just graduate and got the BA? I said, yeah. Send her to me. I'm gonna get her over in the University of Laverne. I'm on the board over there. Got her over there. She went there, got her master's degree from there in organizational leadership.
Man.
Because for my uncle, he said, no. We finna form Voltron.
Right.
That's right.
And we about to put all these building blocks together.
That's right, damn it.
For this family. And then he said, with the young motherfuckers coming through, getting degrees and shit, we gonna form this young core of young brothers doing this shit. Zoe, we need you on the media end, because when we start erecting these businesses, we're gonna need, you see what I'm saying? It's just an example.
Uncle QB in this shit.
That's his name, Uncle Ben. This nigga. Now, Zoe, by the time you 50, we gonna plan this out. By the time you 50, we're gonna get your master's degree too. Just for cosmetic sake. Because we need to be able to open doors with that little piece of paper. See, we could do this as a family if we saw everybody as family. Jews, they see all of them as family. That's why it's rare that these motherfuckers is homeless.
That's right.
Yeah.
You got to really be fucking up if you homeless as a Jew.
You a homeless Jew, you trying to prove something to your daddy.
Do you understand? You know how hard you gotta work harder than Lou Ferrigno in Pumping Iron to be a homeless Jew. You just have to.
Oh, how can I fuck this up?
You got to. But I'm just saying, man, if we come together at that level, we could change our circumstances. Yes, Antonio Moore is probably listening. I know, brother, the numbers are stacked against us. I know wealth is generated from generational wealth. I know.
So let's just
Black
wait to
people
die.
don't have generational wealth. I get it.
Start creating it.
But we gotta. That don't mean we
Start
can't.
somewhere.
But that don't mean we can't start somewhere. That don't mean we can't start doing it now. And I get it. Generational wealth grows at a faster rate than working for somebody. Then generational wealth gets passed on. It keeps growing and accruing. We've got to start somewhere. And I be asking black people who listen to this show, do it with your people. We done brought on all types of motherfuckers. We done brought on insurance dudes selling New York Life. Hey, the number one way to have family fucking resources and generational wealth is through insurance. He came on.
Yep, create a family bank.
And I went to go fuck with him. He was like, yeah, man, people still calling me. People still. So that's my way of giving back. I'm promoting black-owned businesses. That's my way of giving back. But what are you going to give? When are you going to stop giving a fuck about what the system says you are and really start putting in the work with the people who are trying to make a difference? You got niggas sitting back going, what are you doing, Zoe? More than your entire generation, my nigga. When's the last time you put yourself in harm's way?
Thank you. For somebody you don't know.
For somebody you don't know. Who's listening to you?
Other than me right now.
But your uncle is doing what I was saying. He's doing what they're doing.
Right.
He's doing the game.
Shit, he's 70. Give me news number. I need news number right now.
I'm with
Because
that.
here's the thing, I love you. You're my nephew. I love you. But I need to talk to my nephew without your filter, okay? Mm-hmm. I need to. Well, here's his number, huh? Okay, I'm calling him right now. I get the phone call a few minutes later. Dad, did you give Uncle Ben my... Yes.
Yes.
I did.
I sicked the big dog on you.
Well, the man talked to me for 2.5 hours. I said, did you learn something? Well, in honesty, yes, but he talked a long time. I don't have that kind of time. Could you tell him to just give you the bullet points? And then I said, but you need to connect with these people. So you know what my other cousin, Kenneth Boggs from Kenneth Boggs Suits is doing?
Yeah.
He made 2 suits for new. He says he's got to change. He's got to present himself as a businessman because they're going to see him differently. You understand?
That's true.
So when he's the only one that shows up at the game conference with a suit on, tailored,
I was about to say
it's going to change the game. They're going to say, okay, he's already ready for the NBA. And then what is New going to do in the NBA? New's like, I'm going to redistribute some shit from where I come from. I come from Inglewood. New gets really offended when he sits down at his motherfucking locker and it says New Williams, Santa Monica. He says, I'm not from fucking Santa Monica. I just went to Santa Monica High School. But I'm from Inglewood. I was born in Inglewood. I was raised in Inglewood.
Inglewood right here, baby.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So again, we've got to fucking approach this thing from a collaborative, cooperative, respectful, legacy building kind of situation. I had this one dude, white man. You know you dealing with a fucked up white man if he's got a slash mark on his neck. Somebody tried to kill you, didn't they? But that's another story.
And they were unsuccessful.
But the motherfucker said something so cold to my son when he was going through the AAU. He said, please understand, this is not a 4-year plan or a one and done plan. He said, getting you to college is a 40-year plan. Woo! He said, my family's wealthy. We have a $50 million trust and estate that no matter what the fuck happens, I'm gonna be good.
I'm good, baby.
You can go to college or not. This doesn't matter. But a 40-year plan. Niggas don't have legacy mentalities. Niggas, let's wait and see mentalities. Right. Let's get what we can get while we're here mentality. 40-year legacies, man.
That's right. And fraternities, when your son comes up, it's called a legacy. They understand this whole
legacy.
Thing. Your son or daughter is automatically led into the fraternity because they're a legacy.
And black people who are already doing well, just understand they don't recognize you in the street. You go to jail too. At the end of the day, you need us too. Funnel that shit back. Let's build. We could save a generation if you stop believing in your class.
Damn!
We could. I'm of a different ilk than these Negroes. These niggas are wearing croaker sacks.
Shout out to Freeze Love. Rhode Island Bartholomew.
Right. Of the Highland Bartholomew.
I love that.
We have had a Rohirrim for many years now. We shall master them. I'm just fuck. All right, that was my final thought. Listen, man, continue to support the show. Continue to support what we're doing. Go to Zoe Williams GoFundMe page, www.gofundme.com/Zoe Williams. Also, holographic relationship pre-orders. You can get it now. Go pre-order your copy now on IamZoeWilliams.com. The relationship dismount, the physical supplies are dwindling. 199 copies left. If you buy a copy today, I'll mail it tomorrow through IamZoeWilliams.com. That's what we got cracking. Kev, and then Jeff.
Yo, hit up the GoFundMe Cop Stop Guardian page. That's GoFundMe/Cop Stop Guardian. We need your donations. This is going to live with or without you. We'd rather it be with you. And remember, if you donate, you get first dibs on the app. As well, you can go to realnagas.com and hit up the shop for all the Dragonmore and Phoenixmore gear. And also, if you guys want to hit up any of this knowledge that we're on, the Real Nagas YouTube page. There's most of the videos and stuff that are on there deal with the information that we talk about on the show.
You can have this if it works. This app will live through many police interactions. Will you?
Bam.
Wow.
There it is.
Yeah.
Wow.
And there it is.
50% Tupac, 50% Deepak equals 100% ZOWHAT. The new t-shirts. Go to my website, IamZoeWilliams.com. Support. That's it.
Chopra?
We'll be
Zopak
Chopra. Tis I. We will be back next week with another barn burner. Love you guys. We'll see you tonight. Voice of Reason out.